There we go. Right, there was the Orc pack as well. And Menkar, that's who I was trying to think of. Menkar can oftentimes be a scary enemy, but we should be able to handle them, again, in a bit more of a regular one-on-one type scenario. No problem whatsoever. It was helpful that we got a fire cloud right on top of them, seeing as how that is specifically the antithesis of our mummy friend. But I'm definitely not complaining. We'll see how that goes. I mean, if I end up porting this attempt over to YouTube, as I usually try to do, I have no idea what I'll call this, because normally I like to say what god we're following, but in this case, Quaslaw is, I mean, hopefully just a stepping stone on our way to greatness. Sorry, Quaz, don't mean anything by it, of course. You're great in your own right. So in truth, this is still a Lugonu run. Let's not get it twisted, even with the clouds doing just an exceptional job of keeping us in one piece. Steadfast mountain boots as well, love to see it. Looking good, as well as nice little unrand art for us there. And beautiful, we are just about through D6, so we've already by far exceeded. I was going to say farly, but that's a name, not an adverb. We have by far done better than our previous attempts for today, which is not saying a whole lot. We're being honest with ourselves and each other, but still is something. At this point, I am happy to celebrate a little bit of anything. And something is anything the last time I checked, so that is wonderful. Again, revenge against bees as well. We're really hitting all the notes here. Corrupted temple? Gross. All pristine and beautiful. Looks like a great place to raise a family. Yucky. So we'll immediately head out. And I guess the abyss itself, it will be at the end of the day. Am I even gonna know how to handle that? Don't even know the last time I abandoned a god, if ever. Will this be my first time, at least intentionally doing so? Because I do feel like I've definitely committed my fair share of accidental penance. Unfortunately, but nothing quite to this degree of disloyalty. It's gonna be weird. Jeez Louise. Hello, my friends. Well, come one, come all. And can definitely focus down the steam dragon friend there first. It's nice when they're behind us because it did work quite fantastically with the general setup of the rest of our friends in regards to not allowing them to blow any of the clouds of steam without collateral damage of their other friends here. But hey, didn't end up being too much of a factor overall. Jeez, excuse me. What did I want to do? We did just pick up a nice little selection of ID scrolls once again here, so I think we will make the change over to see what these do. Hopefully get some healing or degeneration. That's cool too. Real nice. Oh right, we can't even use heal wounds. What am I doing? Should be all scrolls, or scrolls all the way down, as we've come to know and love it. Ooh, and a magical cloak. Definitely fitting up our alley for things we'd like to see here. I mean, nothing too impressive about it, but +1 cloak is better than nothing. I've always said this. And fantastic. Oh, almost mindlessly walking in to attack our innocent friends here. Oh geez, Quaslaw. No! No, stop it, you're killing them. Even the younglings. There we go. We saved as many as we could. Unfortunately, Quasal made some horrible mistakes there, committed some horrible atrocities. In fact, I no longer feel guilty about abandoning you in the future. Highly deserved, if you ask me, for the murder of 4 innocent souls. You will be abandoned by the neck until dead. The metaphor language there definitely fell apart faster than I would have liked, but now I just have Pirates of the Caribbean on the mind. Which I haven't thought about that series in a long, long time. Now that I am thinking about it. Very strange. Hey, Rug. Probably don't really feel up to task to beating you. I guess we could just turn around. D10. I like to go down to D12 before we make the change over to lair, but we have at least found our lair entrance, so we know we have that as an option and can always head that way pretty, I guess I was gonna say safely, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's probably not gonna be too much safe about it. Regardless, let's take some of these kiddos upstairs. We can potentially take one more peek and see if this stairwell leads us to a drastically different area of the level. Drastically different might have been a bit of an overstatement. I guess we will want Invo for Lugonu as well, so I could potentially throw just a wee bit of experience that direction. In fact, just bring it up to something like 10 should happen pretty quickly in the first place. And definitely be useful even after we make the change here at some point in our future. I run into Rug. I'm going to be at a little bit of a loss, but hey, just hopefully it doesn't happen. How hard could it possibly be to just get lucky? Forehead. Well, regardless, we'll give it our all here. We'll give it a good old college try and see how things go. Guess potentially I might be able to kill you. I want a haste, and I want a might. Let's rock and roll. Holy moly, you dealt more damage than I would have liked. And a demon trident. Oh my gosh. I really am on a roller coaster of should I use short blades or pole arms? And I'm definitely brought back a little bit to the polearm side. Even with that alone, I mean, we've already come this far. I guess the side part of that I wasn't taking into account earlier is sure, I do really love the idea of polearms with distortion, and in fact in that department it may be roughly equivalent to the short blade strategy. But the big difference there, the one thing that does potentially change our tune, is that we're a Vinestalker, and we definitely benefit quite a lot from the faster attack speed of short blades. So in that regard, maybe this is the right move. Unfortunately, not great odds to blind our crab friend here. If I could freeze you. Okay, the paralyze does work out. I do have poison resistance, though it's a lot of bees, man. Excuse me? Let's break this off into a couple different batches here, shall we? That seems like it might be the intelligent thing to do, especially when the Komodo dragon also decides to make an appearance. Corrosive saliva, get on out. And beautiful. Holy moly. Well, that was an adventurous entry into lair. I guess I'm acting shocked, but I feel like that's largely because I went into this expecting Lugonu's strats and not really going for the whole snowball effect of Quaslal, where as soon as you've entered a floor, it's essentially too late, and you've already called the attention of every eligible monster in the the vicinity here. But as long as we can make it through the good times and the bad, then we should be on a pretty solid slant here moving forward. Jesus. Hand is also feeling a bit sore. Again, I'm just falling apart at the seams rather. The seams as well, don't get me wrong, but falling apart at the seams indeed. I feel like I am losing not only my mind, but all my physical capabilities in general. In other words, just a normal Sunday afternoon. Fantastic. Sounds about right. Well, at least Lair has gone a little more smoothly since our initial entry, so that is beautiful. Right, and Quasal Storms do give us a little bit of an opportunity to walk away. You, my friend, 30 damage against our 23 AC. We only have 67 health. It's not great, to say the least. I do have Disaster Area. Well, let's just blast them, boys, and elementals. Come, my minions, rise for your master. Let your evil soar. Beautiful. You Death Yaks ain't no thing. Fantastic. We do make it out in one piece. 6-headed Hydra on the other hand. I mean, I guess 20 AC? Again, at least not too bad. Especially, ooh, if we get the slow effect from a very lucky Cold Cloud. Love to see that. And I guess, yeah, we've hit all of our skills already. Hey, folks? Yes, Evo we could probably start bringing up, especially since we found that very early condenser vein. We can definitely try to leverage that find to our advantage early on here. And what else otherwise? Some armor. Some shields would be nice, but I don't believe we've stumbled across anything better than our current buckler here. So not in a huge rush to break any new ground in that capacity. Let's just train a smidge of armor, just a wee bit, shall we? And fantastic. I can definitely start cleaning up the inventory a little bit here. Probably want to keep even the Atropa darts. Dagger speed, I guess, can probably go, as well as some of our old equipment. In fact, that does already clear up a hefty amount of space here, so that is fantastic. Which I feel like is definitely my word of the day today. Don't know where that came from. I haven't been using it especially often in my normal life. I mean, it is one of the things that I think streaming in general has brought out of me. It's weird how many pseudo catchphrases have permeated my speech patterns just by putting a camera to record. But okie dokie, if I can take a few steps here, I'd like to section this off into a slightly more manageable fight here. Beautiful. I can't heal wounds, right? In fact, I just realized our last run where we died with our Vinestalker, was I bemoaning the fact that we did not use the heal wounds potion? If so, I'm an idiot. Probably not too much of a shock for any people who have been around the stream for long here, but still important to recognize and to point out at any stage in our journey together. Because it's true. But fantastic. There it is again. It's not too shabby better. Are they both equivalent? Am I just needlessly ranting about something that will have no actual impact or effect on quality here? Probably. And yet my brain is immediately on this one-track purpose. I feel like that's definitely one of the symptoms of anytime I stream when I'm slightly out of it. If I'm like slightly more tired than usual, I feel like my speeches get a little more unhinged, and not in a fun, like wacky way, but instead in kind of just a nonsensical, boring way. So that's always great. Still wouldn't really impact us getting on here today, because I felt like if I missed one more Sunday, I was just raising the bar for re-entry here. It's weird how that works. Humans are just such creatures of habits, and as soon as you kind of fall out of sync with one of your habits, it almost feels harder than it was to start in the first place, to get back into the swing of things. So I'm, again, very happy to have pushed past that a little bit, at least to get that ball a-rolling. See that ball a-rolling. Rolling down the tracks. Not quite the lyrics, but it just works. Ooh. That's a relatively early Jivia altar. Now that is also tempting. So at some point we're still going to need to get that Jivia win in. Though with them I feel like I'd like to potentially not go the abandonment route. It kind of fits in, not necessarily thematically with Lugonu, but at least mechanically in regards to being able to show off. I believe one of the early piety effects with Lugonu is that they will help you out a wee bit with burning off the penance of your previous Lord and Savior. And so that will be interesting to see in effect here. Man, whether I am using the hotkeys or just clicking, I am at a terrible track record for accidental scroll reads. Jeez Louise. Let's try that again. Oh no, okay, I'm still silenced. Give it a moment here, folks. And beautiful. Let's try that again, shall we? ID, please, and thank you. Beautiful. Enchant weapon probably not going to be super, or I guess never mind, ignore me. Brand weapon is what I was thinking about as I started that sentence. I don't think we'll be using brand weapon too much in this run, because I'm hoping to just find like a nice quick blade and then throw distortion on that bad boy and, you know, see where the bricks land and all that good stuff. Oh, this is layer 5. Oh, whoops. This is where we normally have just come down for the briefest of test drives. I think we're already a little bit past that here. Where is our invisible friend? Dead. Perfect. Just the way we like our invisible friends. And... but wait, there's more. Well, that is a pain in the rear here. My summoning friend. Let's just take the step up 4 to the streets and see how that goes. And I guess we might as well finish off the rest of layer 5 now that we're here. Sure, it was kind of done erroneously in the first place, but let's make the best of it. I'd hate to waste the trip here, you know what I mean? So let's just buckle in and see if we can't make it through. I mean, we largely already have. In fact, there we go. Beautiful. And not too bad here. How far did we get in regular dungeon? We went down to D11, so can definitely head back that way for the time being, especially if we can find our entrance to Orc. I would like that. I would like that very much. Right. And this is why we left. Yikes. Oof. This is going to be annoying. I guess first and foremost, let's, I mean, we probably should just head upstairs and deal with the rest of these sons of guns. but I'd like to steam some eel, get some nice unagi going on, and then we can kind of finish off the rest of this encounter in our own time. Just making a metric crap ton of noise though, so plenty of new friends to make, plenty of new acquaintances to convert into friends. At least that's the plan. You know, right before we murder them indiscriminately, like adventurers do. +1 hat would actually be equivalent to my current helmets. Let's take a look. You know, a nice little dapper feathered cap. Don't mind if I do. There's the more heavy-duty shield that we were discussing earlier on here. And in fact, I think that is a decent time, or it came in decently timing-wise, to immediately throw that skill on the stove here and get things cooking. Just let us cook. Beautiful. And I guess we're guaranteed to find a orc here. At least that's my understanding of things. Probably should have been slightly more cautious as to how we handled that centaur instead of just crossing our fingers and assuming everything was going to work out. Also, if you had to guess where our orc entrance is, any thoughts, folks? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It would not be the first time if that ends up being just a bit of a red herring, but a Vinestalker can dream, no? There she is. Beautiful. +2 chain mail of fire resistance. Yikes. Oh, Shadow, you move fast and hit harder when invisible. Screw it. Just had to fight you. Fortunately, no real issues there, so beautiful. And then we can just get back on the road. Life is a highway. Quaslal, if you could take care of this invisible friend, or, you know, leave it to me, that's fine if you want something done right and all that good stuff. Oh my gosh, you're still here somewhere, hey? Yikes, yikes, yikes. Come on, you unseen horror. There we go, feel a bit more experience, beautiful. And we can just get right back. There's the brand weapon scrolls that I was completely tripping over my own tongue regarding earlier. Again, probably won't find ourselves using those in this run here unless absolutely necessary, unless things get a little more desperate. And that is that. Okay, relatively quiet Orc 1, but this is where things will start to get a little more interesting. Yikes, yikes, yikes. In fact, if I could just stay on this stairwell, please, thank you. There we go. And so far, nothing we can't handle. Boomerangs of dispersal, I would gladly like to take on here. I guess amnesia scrolls probably not going to be in the running for necessary components here today. That's fantastic. Oh, the Mask of the Dragon. You don't say. I mean, that does beat our +1 cap. Gotta say. Bit of willpower, bit of slaying. See, invisible will also kind of remove the one kind of annoying factor we've been dealing with so far during this endeavor, so that's always fantastic. Well, let's just swoop that bad boy up immediately. Thank you. Doing our best draconian impression here. All I could think of for a moment there was Dragonborn. That's not right. That's something different. Where do we think this goes? This seems like actually a half-decent spot to deal with these sons of guns. To a degree. St. Roca's where things kind of change in that regard. By which I mean, I would like to, yes, bring all of you out on an adventure. Perfect. And then, give me more. Give me more. Oh, wait. I would really like, there we go. I needed the shocking effect to come through, and it indeed did so, just in time. Yikes. Let's throw some more bodies at the problem. 3-body problem. Which the trailer just came out for recently. Very excited for that one. I never actually did read the books, even though I definitely should have. Very much up my alley in regards to an in-depth, well-thought-out science fiction. And who knows, maybe, in fact, likely to rectify that in the future, but I'd also have to get back into reading physical books. It's been a long time for me, and I think my next goal there is potentially to read Rhythms of War, good old Brando Sando. I was waiting for that book to come out in or in paperback for the longest time, and then when it finally did, I bought it, started reading the first chapter, and realized, oh crap, I remember nothing. Oh joy. What else can I get rid of? Oh, heal wounds potions are useless, of course. Because hey, Dagger of Distortion, that's pretty sweet. Oh my gosh, I could, if I'm feeling real wild, I could just put that on now. In fact, I could just unwield it constantly until I get that, hopefully not one-way ticket direct into our ideal homeland. Oof, that's a tough one. I guess what are the odds? How quickly can I find a Lugonu altar? Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you at all. But a scroll of blinking we can definitely pick up right away here. In fact, this might be a nice opportunity to shop around a bit. Could buy a scroll of butterflies, but let's just get a bunch of IDs and we can kind of see where that leaves us. Especially since it's the perfect number to get through the remainder of our scroll selection here, so that's fantastic. Did not end up having any butterflies in our current inventory. So do I want to change that? Let's give ourselves a few moments here, a couple beats to make up our mind. I will, however, buy another fear. That's fantastic.